Hi, this is Jaime. I'm going to show you how to make this bracelet that I created by myself. It's called the Twisty Z, and I'm going to show you how to make it. To start up, you have to have your loom with your two pieces. You have the far left one little peg back. So this is how it should look. When you're ready to start, you take your first color. Mine is black. You go from here to here, diagonally from right to left, from left to right. Then you take your same color that you had before and go diagonally the opposite way, like that. To complete the triangle, you need to have it straight up. Now it looks like a triangle. You take your next color, which is green, and go diagonally again, from left to right, and then back, right to left. And then the straight up and down one. But make sure that you always push all of them down. So then you take your back to black, go from left to right, always pushing them down, and then back, right to left. And then straight up. This is what you do all the way down for the whole bracelet. And this bracelet uses only 36 rubber bands and then the extension, which depends on how big your wrist is. I'm making sure that I'm going nice and slow so you guys can be able to see. But make sure that the order matters. If one of them, the green or any one, is on the wrong side, like on the bottom instead of the top, or on the top instead of the bottom, it will mess up the bracelet because the order matters. And I created this one and made it the Twisty Z because it looks like Z's, but it's like almost twisted. So that's why I call it the Twisty Z that I created. So you keep making your bracelet, and when you're close to the end, you'll start to notice that it looks like there's an extra peg. Well, there will be. Right? Once I finish this triangle, you can tell that there's an extra peg. You just leave that peg alone. You don't do anything with that peg. Once you are finished, it should look like little triangles all the way down. I alternated with black and green. Once you are finished with this, you flip your loom around. So the arrow is facing towards you. This is the hard part of making this bracelet, is the first one. You take the first one without pushing, the second one without pushing the first one back, and put it like this. It looks like an 8. I'll show you that one more time. So then you take the bottom one and just put it on, and it forms a little figure 8. Then you go to this second peg. You push this back, pull this one up, making sure you don't let go of this one, and put it on like that. And you just leave these two alone now. Now it gets more simple. You push the greens all the way back and take the top black. Sometimes this can be a little hard. Like on the first one, it just goes completely straight. On the second one, it goes diagonal. And then once you've pushed them all down, you push these two back and go straight here. Kind of looks like half a starburst, but it's not a starburst, obviously. Then you go back to the peg on the right, and you take the top rubber band, make sure that you only grab the top, because if you don't, it will mess it up. That's why I am doing it very slow, so that I do not mess it up for you. So then you make it straight again. Then you take the other green and go diagonal. Once you've done that, you see that there's one more down here, and you go diagonal again. That is what it should look like after I have done 3. 1, 2, 3. So then you go again. And you take the top and go. Then you push them back, diagonal. And then you take this and diagonal again. This is a bracelet of a lot of diagonals that you use to make this. So you push it back. And grab one of the greens. See what happens if you grab the wrong one, then it does not work. It will not work. So order is one of the most important things of this bracelet. Then you go again. And you do this all the way down until you've done this. Oh, and then you go back, diagonal, and yes, you can see this extra strip that would be there if you were using your full loom. You are allowed to leave that there, you just won't use it. I just decided that it'd be easier to take it off, and that is what I should suggest. And you keep going until you're all the way done. And make sure that your first one always goes forward. That is what it should look like. Okay, once you have finished this is done with your looming. So you turn it around so that the arrow is facing away from you again, like you started. You take this one and this one off, and you just take it off like a normal bracelet. And you have to be very careful when you're taking these off, because if one of them snaps, the bracelet will fall apart, and no one wants that to happen after all this work you've done to it. So then you just go all the way and wait when you get to the last peg. Do not take it off. Like this. So you have your bracelet on right here, but you keep this on. You take your tool, slip it through, and get all of them on here. Now you are done with your loom. This is what it should look like. So then you take your seed clip, so then you take it off the stick, you have them all on, stretch them, and make sure that you get all of them on the stick, or this will happen where they start coming off. So then you just take them back off the seed clip and you do it again. And then you just attach these four on. I think it's easier if you take one off because then it's just easier. Your choice. But make sure when you're putting these two on that you don't pull these two that you're trying on, don't pull them too far in the opposite direction of the other two, because then the other two might come right through and fall out again. So now you've got all four attached on your seed clip. Now you go to the other end. This is where you make your extension. So make your extension, it's just a single, like you always do on a bracelet when you're trying to finish it. And then you keep going until you think it's the right size for your wrist and attach it onto a seed clip. I do about probably 8 for you, but if for an adult, I'd probably do more. But that's just me. Everyone always has a different wrist. So you can do it by whatever you want. It's your choice. So then when you think it's the right length, you take these two and attach them onto the seed clip. And there's you go. Now that is your finished bracelet with my other 3 that I've just recently made. Bye, thanks. Like me.